Welcome. Hang on. Stop. It's not with Rox and Rich tonight. Welcome. Right, now I've got to lean over here and turn it off. Hang on. There we go. Welcome. Good evening. Good afternoon. Good morning if you're in Australia. If you happen to be, what time? Yeah, it'd be like 9 o'clock in the morning. 8 o'clock in the morning in Australia. Thank you for being here. We've got 4 people here. And we are here. It's just me and Manny tonight.
Hi.
There's, both Roxanne and Sarah are both they're really busy with work and personal life and stuff. And I really wanted to go live. And I said to Manny yesterday, Manny, will you go live with me? And she went, yeah, I can go live for half an hour. And I was like, oh, I want to go live for a bit longer than half an hour. Don't worry about it. We'll do it tomorrow. So here we are. And because I had a bad headache thing today, and that kind of wiped my memory of the fact that I was going to do a live stream with Manny tonight. And then I posted that premiere, and then Manny said, oh no, did you forget? I was like, oh shit, yeah, I did. So there we go, all scheduled nice and quick, and
Yes.
here we are. Anyway, let me get rid of this. How are you doing, Manny?
I'm good. Better than last time. Thank you. And how about you?
Yeah. I am not wanting to complain about anything. You know, I'm feeling my body's complaining, like I'm having this lower back pain. Really, but I've done my back, but I haven't done my back. There's nothing I've done to do my back, so it's weird.
It's not from the market work you did.
Pardon?
You worked at the market last week, right?
Week before last, yeah.
Maybe it's still from the...
I suppose it could be that, and then that's like, oh my God, how old am I now? I'm really getting old. If 2 weeks later I'm still in pain.
Yeah.
Reverend Hull, how you doing, mate? Good to see you. So yeah. Anything interesting going on in your life?
Yeah, well, oh, no. Yes. I'm sorry, I'm doing something wrong. There's enough interesting going on. I'm trying to work on a channel, another channel.
Oh yeah, you're doing a channel, aren't you?
Yeah,
Is it up? Have you got? Oh, you know what, Manny? I'm so terrible because I haven't actually gone and looked at your channel. I'm so terrible.
No worries. I'm still trying to find my way on YouTube.
Yeah.
Because for some reason it doesn't show up, the channel I made. So and I still have to make videos and stuff, but I'm really in my head already.
Okay, so I'll let you know when you make a channel, right?
Yeah, well, it's there, but I don't think you can find it.
It's there, but when you search for it, you won't be able to find it. It won't come, and it will be like you're shadow banned. And it might be that you're being shadow banned, but it also might just be that because it's such a new channel, and that if you haven't got much content on it, or but there's things you can go into content creator, and you can assign a URL. So like at the moment, your user, sort of your ID, will be the YouTube address, and then it will just have a code after it, just a lot of random numbers and
Yeah, I have that.
Right, yeah, and if you assign the URL, it'll actually change that to your channel. So like with mine, when I share my channel, when I share a link to my channel, it's YouTube / the magic treehouse. Well, it's / C / the magic treehouse. And I think that makes it easier for YouTube to find it. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I might be completely wrong.
It's a complicated thing.
Yeah, it's a
And I
pain in the
did.
ass. It's all geared towards the wrong people.
Yeah, and I did post a video on this channel, my Money Silver channel, but for some reason
Can you
the
put a
sound.
link in the chat?
What?
Can you put a link in the chat?
To the video?
Yeah.
It's the cover, music cover. I will do.
Oh yeah. Right. That's in Signal, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's a link to that in Signal.
But I'm here on my way to your to the chat to share the link.
Hey how you doing? Hey, maybe M can come in as well.
Here you go.
Should we get M in as well?
Hi. Hi.
Should we get M in as well?
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear.
Yeah.
That's totally fine, of course.
Fancy coming in, M? Mr. Mensa. How you doing, mate? Good to see you. Right,
If she's up for it.
This is what I want. Because no, not that way. Oh, do you know what I'm going to do as well? Actually, hang on. While I think of it, because I always forget to do this. Share screen.
I hope it's the good one, the right one.
Right, there we go. Put the chat in.
That's better.
Open a new link. Sorry, I'll do it. I'll get this sorted in a sec.
Oh, cool. Nice.
Boom.
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us. Above us, only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no country.
There's a link to Money's channel.
Thank you.
And no religion too.
Does it echo if I keep the mic on, sat back here?
It's okay.
You may say that I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you will join us, and the world will be as one.
Good old John Lennon, man.
No possession.
This is beautiful, Manny.
Thank you.
Are you playing?
Wonder if
You playing a keyboard?
No, no. I
Is
wish
it
I had a keyboard, but this is a karaoke.
backing track? Yeah,
rather heard of a man.
that's what I use,
It's good.
and then I just play along with it.
Imagine all the
Yeah.
people.
I think I hear different track.
You may say that I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one.
Oh man, that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
I'll put a link to your channel in the chat.
Thank you.
And what else
And
I
this is the
share?
other one. But
Say again.
this what I'm sharing now is the other one. It's called the mental stage, but that's still not working the way I want it.
So, have you been paying attention to what's going on in the news?
Depends what news. I do see there's stuff here in the Netherlands and some other stuff worldwide, but I don't know what you're referring to.
So, are you following what's going on in America?
Not that much the last days. So please share what's up there.
Just all the decisions coming out of the Supreme Court. They're so they've been passing judgments on things that they've been reviewing, like
It's also the weapon, the weapon stuff.
yeah, they reviewed the Second Amendment conceal carry thing, and the biggest thing that they were going to release the opinion on was Roe versus Wade. So it's about abortions.
Oh yeah, I did see a article, but I didn't read it.
Well,
But it's just, what do you think of it?
basically, hang on, let me just give Mr. Mensa I just noticed Mr. Mensa and Boston.
Thank you.
They don't have wrenches. Anyway, they should have wrenches now. So yeah, the big decision, they leaked, one of the clerks leaked something from the Supreme Court, didn't they, a few weeks ago, that said, oh yeah, they're probably going to turn over Roe versus Wade, and that caused straight away the far left did what they always do and came out, violent protests and threatening to riot and set fires and whatever. And they've been, since then, there's basically a terrorist, Remember Jane or something it's called, organization that. Sorry, I just noticed the dogs have got no water, so I'm just going to sort that out. Yeah, they've been firebombing parent, like places where pregnant women go to get help. The ones that aren't having abortions, the ones that are learning how to, doing the breathing exercises and all that kind of stuff, and they're actually having their babies. These places, like family planning clinic type things, this terrorist organization has claimed with pride having been responsible for firebombing these places and come here, firebombing these places and basically terrorizing them, and and then you've got Antifa and all the rest of them, and they're all threatening. I mean, this Remembering Jane or whatever they're called were actually calling for a night of violence, of massive violence, and so it seemed like they kept pushing back, given this decision, and they pushed it back to Friday, to today. And I thought to myself, well, as much as I agree with them doing that, it's not the best idea to do it right now. It's been in place for 50 years or something. It's been in place for 50 years. So
the law for the abortion?
couldn't they postpone it until after the midterms? I forget what this thing is. I forget what I don't know exactly what it is, but it's something about, basically it just allows it opens the door, I think, for people having abortions, late-term abortions and stuff, It opens the door to having second and third and fourth trimester abortions. I think that's the issue.
That's the difference.
Right. For me, the whole, like, the decision, I do think it is a woman's right to make that decision. If under certain circumstances, like, I don't like, if it's being used as birth control, no, absolutely not. If it's being used as birth control, it shouldn't be allowed. I've got an ex-girlfriend that used it for birth control. Didn't find out until I got her pregnant, and she lied to me about how many abortions she'd had, and we spent 3 months saying, yeah, we're gonna have the baby, and then, like, 3 months in, she suddenly decides she's not. It was actually more than 3 months, because we found it happened I think it happened in the June. She got pregnant in the June, July, August. Well, it was right on the cusp. We got back in September and went to family planning, and she got the pregnancy test and said, yeah, congratulations, you're pregnant. She went, I've got to have an abortion. But she had a miscarriage. She didn't even have time to have an abortion. She had a miscarriage because her womb was there was so much scar tissue from the 4 abortions that she'd already had that she was probably never going to be able to carry a baby to term. And I don't care what anybody says, man. Those, they're alive. It's a little life right from the moment of inception, really. Right from the moment that my little fella breaks his way in, then ding, that's it. That's the spark of life right there. as far as I'm concerned. But I don't feel that I have the right to, like, she said she wanted an abortion. She was going to have an abortion. I said, I'm firmly against it, but what can I do? It's your body. I'm not going to stop you. I'm just saying I'm firmly against it. That, you know, it's like, so with abortion, you could say it's oh God, no, because man, it's such a fucking difficult subject. It seems easy until you really do think, no, it is actually the like, even in the first trimester, the baby is developing, immediately developing as soon as the egg is fertilized, it starts to change. So, you know, it's but I know that girls have there's all kinds of reasons for a girl to have an abortion. So,
and that makes it more complicated. So many different situations and reasons, and I totally understand your point of view, and yeah, you have
I'm
to
only
make.
like I'm only against it in the sense of birth control, or you know, like fuck, if you
Yeah, but
make that mistake, you know you've made it, kind of thing. So the next day, go and take the morning after pill. You know, don't wait until 6 weeks later to find and say, "Oh shit, I think I might be pregnant." Just go and take a fucking morning after pill straight the next day, man. if you're gonna make that choice to be irresponsible and have unprotected sex, especially if you're fertile, and you know, yada yada yada, go and take the morning after pill after, so it just doesn't have any chance at all. You know, if it's for birth control reasons, if it's for
yeah,
health, mental health or physical health, I mean, but then in those instances, you could say, yeah, but then they could just give it up for abortion.
yeah.
Not up
But
for abortion, up for adoption. Sorry, you could just give
even
it up for adoption.
even for your reasons, it's still. I don't know. I don't know how people can get in that kind of situation. It's easy to think like just take a morning after pill, but you don't know what the circumstances were when this happened. And I mean, some girls can think like, well, I shouldn't be fertile in this time of the month, so no problem that this happened, and they just think they'll be fine and not think about it anymore until a few months later when they notice some changes going on with their bodies.
Squirrel Sniper said, obviously, right. Yeah, I mean, in those circumstances. But the thing is, I actually know more than one person, more than one girl, who they've had children as a result of being raped, and
Yes,
their children are the apple of their eye, and they're amazing. They're amazing children. Like, they're really, really amazing kids. And so it's really that's a difficult one as well, man, because it can, you know, I think it's sort of it shows how there's always, it doesn't matter what happens or how bad it is, that it can always be turned around. Like when bad things happen, good things can happen as a result, and they really often do. And so I was talking to Rox earlier today, and we were talking about, when things get really shit, when bad things happen, And it depends what frame of mind you're in when the bad thing happens, because if you're really depressed and defeated and you're, oh God, it's just everything's shit, you won't see good opportunities. You won't be able to perceive them.
Especially in that
If you can be more,
situation.
yeah, exactly.
I mean, how can you think any good of it when that happens?
I know, but I'll be honest. It's only happened recently, in the last couple of years. Bad things have happened, and I've been strangely optimistic about it. It's been like, yeah, something's going to be some. It's not. It's never. I don't think it's ever as bad as we think it is. Nothing's ever. There are exceptions, obviously. Like there was a time in my life when things really were as bad as I thought they were, because I had my car accident and everything, and it was all after that, and it couldn't get away from that because things were that bad. But for the rest of us, things might be shit now, or for us now, things might be really shit. Circumstances might be really shit. It might look really bleak, but it's not as bad as we think it is. Like we've got way more than we realize.
Definitely, yeah. But it's also a really, really challenging path to get to that point that you can think like that.
Oh God, yeah. Still, even like, it's not a kind of natural. It's not like a reflex reaction to think like that.
Well, I'd like to believe that it should be, but the way we are brainwashed has made
The way
us,
we've been wired.
yeah,
Yeah, it
made
is
us
the way we've been programmed.
Yeah.
And we've had a lot of our responses, or rather reactions, have been programmed into us through watching TV, watching sitcoms and dramas and all that daily, not so much films, because if you acted like they did on the movies, everybody would just think that you're a massive prick who thinks he's in the movies. But you can be like they are in the like Friends and Big Bang Theory, and like certain behaviors, and also certain like people that watch Coronation Street in EastEnders all day, every day, right? Or just every day, they religiously watch Coronation Street in EastEnders, and they sit there watching horrible people do horrible things to each other all the time, constantly. And everything's depressing. Nothing good ever happens. If something good happens, something bad definitely ruins it all the time. Oh, there's a big wedding, somebody gets shot. Or like even when something good happens, something bad has to destroy it, because people just seem so much more entertained by disaster, because they think, well, at least it's not that bad, Paul Cook, easy tiger. How you doing, mate? Good to see you. Yeah, Paul, do you want to come on? Have a chat. That'd be fucking awesome, mate. I'd love to have a chat with you.
Definitely. Hi, India.
Yeah, good old India.
Oh, good
Yeah,
people.
mate. I'll make it easy for you.
What you gonna do?
Oh, don't worry about that, dude. Don't fucking worry about that. You know that this is like, you know, well, it depends what you're high on, I suppose.
Yeah, that's
If
true.
it's just cannabis, THC, cannabinoids, that kind of high, no worries. If you're tweaking your nuts off, then it might not be a good idea.
I guess we
Squirrel
are doing all the same
doesn't.
stuff.
Eh?
I guess we are doing all the same stuff. I have seen so many researchers on YouTube smoking weed and
All
so
of us, right? I think it's part of why we're awake. I'll be absolutely honest with you. I think it plays a role in our conscious, because, right, think about it. It's the divine feminine. Weed, like, is the divine feminine. So it's it's a sacred plant.
Mhm.
It's a sacred medicinal, like, massive
Yeah.
massive respect from the spiritual tribal, you know. We used to use the plant properly before.
Mm.
I'm sure, but those of us that smoke it enough to have built up a tolerance to it, so we're not, when you smoke it, you don't get high as such. You do, but you don't. Not like when you first start smoking it. When you first smoke a really strong, um, you know, really strong weed, skunk, Cali strain or something, and it knocks your fucking head off. And you eat, most of the time you end up smoking too much, and you whitey a little bit. You feel a bit sick, so
But it's different.
or you're just really stoned, and you get a little bit paranoid, or, you know, everything becomes really intense. But when you've been smoking it for fucking 24 years, it just doesn't do that, does it? It's like having a coffee. For me, it's like having or for me, it's like having a drink. It is like, and that's
Doesn't
what
work anymore.
pardon?
It doesn't really work like that anymore when you smoke that long.
It doesn't work like it used to.
Mm.
The only way I'll get stoned like I used to is if I have edibles,
I,
or I have dabs, you know, with the
that's one.
with like a bong and oil. It's like, and it'll have like a heated rim, and you touch the oil on it, and it just smokes up straight away.
Ah, it's
Like
more like
a, you know, like a shotty, or a hot spoon, or hot knife, or something like that. It's the same idea as a hot knife, except it's using high grade RSO oil and stuff, or whatever, you know. And it's expensive. They're expensive. I can't afford it. I can't. I could go, like, if I had the money, I could go down the weed calf, and I could do that. But and I could get really stoned. I could buy edibles. And I could get really stoned every day. But I can't afford that, and I actually don't want that level of disconnection anymore. I don't need that level of disconnection anymore. You know, before I
Mm.
did.
But at the same time, for me, I do like to experience it like the first time now, to see if something comes in, like when you do an um, uh, mushrooms or
Yeah,
ayahuasca, like because some people say that when you do that, after you haven't smoked a while, or when you do it for the first time, you could have like a similar experience. But for me, it wasn't like that. When I did it the first time, my whole world was literally upside down, and that was all. Hey, Emma.
I'm in the house.
How are you
How's
guys?
it
Can
going,
you
girl?
hear me?
Yes, I can
Oh,
hear.
yeah, you're a bit quiet.
Me?
Have you got any earphones?
Yeah. Wait. Let me see if let me fix that. Wait.
Well, actually, do you know, it might
That
be
maybe.
better if I just plug my earphones in.
To me,
And
you
then,
both sound the same. Like the volume is the same.
There's no echo.
right,
Is
it's
there an
just
echo?
me.
No
No,
echo.
no echo. Don't worry. I think it's me. I'm going to plug my earphones in.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you? How are you guys?
Good. What's up?
There
So,
we go. There we go.
what I do know about the Roe versus Wade, as it applies to today, and I'll explain as it was the way it was in the United States before today, and for the last 50 years, was they viewed it as it was our right to be able to go and do that. Now it will be up to the states individually to decide whether or not they are going to allow that to happen in their state. And then from there, it'll go down to like the term of pregnancy and how far along that's allowed. Um, Most likely here where I live in North Carolina right now, it differs in different parts of the state. Like the part of the state that I'm in, you can only have one up to 12 weeks. And then you would have to go to Charlotte for up to 20 weeks. And then I think after that, you're not allowed in the state of North Carolina to have that procedure done, which I
I
fully
mean,
support. I agree with
yeah,
with.
I
I
think
just feel like it's still our
12
right, but now it's
weeks.
not.
12 weeks
Yeah.
is enough time to realize that you're pregnant.
Yes,
You know,
I agree.
and it's all right. I think in reality, the amount of development that takes place in 12, I think if you go in at 12 weeks, well, I know because my girlfriend had a miscarriage at about 12, 13 weeks. Now for her, it wasn't a viable baby. We didn't know that until she gave birth to it, but she still had to give birth to it. At
Right,
12 weeks, if you were bought at 12 weeks, you still have to give birth to it because a baby has started to grow.
right. And they have
So,
to do all that
it,
stuff to remove the.
and they have to get their forceps out. They have to and it's not nice. It's not
No.
nice. It really is not nice. It's not a nice thing at all. But you know, like there's like it's like, yeah, but what if the woman gets raped, or what if this, what if having the baby will mean the death of the mother, all these
Oh yeah, yeah.
it's
That's the one. I'm so glad you brought that up because I always forget about like sometimes it's necessary in a case with women that find out in the middle of their pregnancy, for example, that they have cancer and that they have to have certain types of treatment, which you obviously
yeah,
cannot receive radiation when you're pregnant. So
and that's
and then
happening more and more
see if it's
often now. That's
yeah,
happening more often now, isn't it? Because with breast cancer and skin cancer and all like just cancer has risen in everybody, I think, because of
yeah,
all the
yeah.
carcinogenics that we're subjected to. So
That we don't even
yeah.
realize how much of it is coming off of our phones alone. Like, I mean, really.
And also you say about cancer, like what if, let's just say for sake of argument, we all know, right? But let's just say for sake of argument that there was a certain plant that you could reduce down to an oil, and that oil cured cancer. Let's just say for sake of argument, I'm not saying that it exists. Wink, wink. But yeah, let's say for sake of argument, there was a plant that you could reduce down to oil and that oil would cure cancer, and it might not kill the baby. Where's Em gone?
I don't know.
I think she was getting a phone call or something.
Ah, yeah, that could be, yeah.
Because I saw she was talking, but that I couldn't actually hear
There was
anything.
no sound, no. But I was thinking, because a similar thing happened in the Netherlands with this law for abortion. I think they agreed to lift this 12 weeks, so it can be sooner now, or maybe later too. So that's very interesting to me that this is not only happening in America but also in the Netherlands, and I don't know which other countries are also changing these
But
laws.
the interesting thing is we're not hearing anything about the Netherlands. We're only hearing about Roe versus Wade because they know that in America with Roe versus Wade, they've got all of their little militias set up to go out this weekend and cause absolute havoc. Now,
Mm,
this was what my whole point about it was going to be, was whatever, it doesn't matter whether it's the right decision or the wrong decision, the timing of that decision, I think it's a setup. I think it's all just to give an excuse for the riots. I think they knew that when they give the decision that there's going to be riots as a result. They knew that because they've had these protesters campaigned out, parked up outside their houses. Kavanaugh had one of them there saying he was there to try and kill him, an attempted assassination of Judge Kavanaugh. And so they know that people aren't going to like the decision that they gave, and they decided to give it today. It's like, why could they not have put it off until after the midterm elections?
what's that? I'm
The
sorry.
midterm elections.
They have different names for it,
But,
and yeah, here.
well, like the 2022. So they have the presidential election, and then they have the midterms 2 years later, don't they? Where they vote in the Senate and Congress
Okay.
and all of that. So at the moment it's all Democrat, but it looks like in October, November, it's going to flip. What happened then? EMF.
What?
What happened? You can come back in on the same link. Hey Sherry, how you doing? And Luby Lou.
Maybe it's gone because it's too far up. I don't know.
Hey? Oh, maybe no. Em's just come in and said EMF. There's not a she hasn't given a reason yet. I'm just. You can see. You should be able to see on your StreamYard. You should be able to see the comments, and this in the StreamYard. You should be able to see everybody's comments. Yeah.
I see, but I don't know what she means with that.
EMF. Yeah, I don't either. I'm just going to go and check to see if we are actually live. Because we should be live on Odysee right now.
Oh, that too. All right.
3 currently watching. Yeah, we are. We're live on Odysee. Awesome. There's nobody chatting, but we've got 3 people watching on Odysee. Hey, Odysee, how you doing? Odysee chat won't come up in StreamYard because they're not linked. Odysee and Rumble don't come up in StreamYard.
But they don't stream to TV, right?
Sorry?
The Odysee or the other one, they don't stream to the TV like YouTube does.
No, you have to go on. You have to go through a browser.
Yeah.
Mr. Mensa, mate. Queen of Freedom. That's the bird that's just been mouthing off about Jez, isn't it? If that's the same girl that's been mouthing off about Jez, lawful rebellion and debts, and I don't like her. I don't like her. I don't like her. She's very it's not right what she's been doing, and she's wrong as well. And she's trying to be defamatory, and it's been really horrible. So yeah, because I think he's legit. I think Jez is legit. I think Mark Christopher's legit as well, because I've spoken to Mark Christopher, and it does seem that he has. And I asked him as well. I told him my situation, and I said, "How the fuck am I supposed to pay you anything, mate? I can't pay for your services." And he said, "Don't worry, it's all the information you need is available for free on the website. It just means that I have to do a lot more work because I'm not being pointed directly to the things that I need. You know, there's all these extra bits that you can learn, but you can learn enough to take some control back. You know, like to become Postmaster General of your documents, and to basically get a certificate of life or whatever it is. That's not how they call it. I can't remember what it's called. But yeah, Mr. Mensa. She may have done some good stuff, and her work might be legit. And I don't know what this cancer research thing is that she's done. But I mean, I know what I think about cancer research. I know that. I know that I personally think it's all a big scam, big sham to get more money. Like, it's the same. If you look at the corporations that own these research companies and stuff.
Correct.
Yeah, loads of common law channels out there. But if you do your homework, I think it'd be very difficult to like people say that Mark Christopher's leading people into a trap. He's not leading people into a trap. It's just there are lots of traps there. And if you don't know what you're doing, you might get caught. You know, you might get caught in one of these traps. It's like people learn these things about common law and stuff, and they go off half-cocked. They go off trying to use these tools, but they've got no idea really what they're doing. They've just heard some things on YouTube. They haven't spent months or years actually looking into it, researching it. Like, they're not knowledgeable in the subjects. But you can absolutely say that Jez and Mark Christopher are both very, very knowledgeable in the subjects, and they're not trying to steer anybody wrong. And Jez is doing it all for free, 100%, completely for free. He's not charging anybody. He's got a PayPal set up, but that money it's like for homeless. It's for homeless people.
Oh wow,
So any donations that go to that PayPal, he gives to the homeless.
that's awesome.
And I don't think he gives them to a homeless charity kind of thing, or like a big. It's not like he gives it to a charity online. He gives it to a local, one of his local
Yeah,
homeless
that's better.
shelters.
Yeah,
He goes and gives it to them directly.
yeah.
So I can't prove that. I can't prove that, but that's the, like Mr. Mensa says, that's the vibe I get off him. I
Mm.
think he's legit. I think he's genuine. He seems a little bit sketchy the way he looks at the camera and stuff, but I think that is more about it's just because he's the same sort of age as me. He's a bit older, I think, and he's just a little bit self-conscious, and so he's sort of having a bit of a laugh while he's doing it. It's not the subject he's having a laugh about, but it's the way he looks like he sort of looks at the camera and looks away. He's like he's going like this all the time, like with the camera, and some people could think it's a bit sketchy, but it's not. I can tell it's not. He's not sketchy. He's actually probably a really, really funny guy. He definitely seems like the sort of guy that I'd be mates with. Definitely.
But I
You
think
know?
it shouldn't really matter at what stage you are in researching stuff. I think you should be aware of what happens around you, no matter what you know. Right?
Always, yeah. I mean, always we should remain mindful and
Yeah,
observant
yeah.
all the time. Mindful and observant, because
It's a never-ending thing.
yeah, and also understanding nuance.
Hmm.
Like, there's so much nuance in the really serious things that are going on.
Hmm.
It's not black and white, and this is one of the things that I'm sure I've told people. Absolutely everything in this realm contains positive and negative.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like
Like the
we
magnet.
so they've created, what the Freemasons have done is they've created a dualistic reality where it's left versus right, and you're either on this side or this side, boom, 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 and we fight. You're either with us or against us. But the thing is, so they've created God and they've created the devil, right? That's how they first did it. They've created God and the devil, good and evil, black and white.
But why would you call it a God and the devil and not two gods in that case? If you don't
No, that's
look at
but I'm saying with
face value.
the Catholic Church. The Catholic Church
Mm,
as it's God and the devil, and
yeah.
I see the whole deception beginning back with the Catholic Church. Like, I think that all runs into the whole story of the rewriting of our history. It's been done by the Catholic Church. They're the ones that instigated it.
I'm not that much into all the Bible stuff, but I
Yeah.
did see things about uh, it starts with the B. Baal.
Baal.
Yeah,
Baal.
yeah. Before the Bible, before the yeah, that time. I think that's before that time, right?
Yeah. I've just wait a second. I thought
What did
How
you
have I
do?
got shit on my hand? How have I got shit on my hand? What's the dog shit on? And then I just sniffed it, and it's chocolate.
Oh, well, that's
But
bad.
where's it come from? Where the heck has chocolate come from?
Maybe Sherry put it there.
I don't get it. I don't understand. Like, I've been eating, right, okay, I have been eating chocolate, but they're like Smarties.
Ah,
They're not, it's not like chocolate. So how the heck have I got chocolate on me?
maybe there was a broken Smartie that fell out.
That's probably what it is, isn't it? That's probably what it is. So, yeah, I mean, the Catholic Church definitely, Manny, they're the ones that
Sorry.
swept across Asia, right, and basically rewrote the history of India. They rewrote everybody's history. They went around spreading the gospel, basically telling everybody, no, it's not your God. There's only one God. You know, they did it. All right, Islam did it first.
Yeah, they tried. Yeah.
Islam did it, but the Catholics were already doing it.
Hmm.
Christianity was already doing it, and then Islam started fighting back and gaining territory, and then Christianity and Catholicism came in and really put the boot down. And as far as what we've been told, that came in, wiped out the Ottoman Empire, and it's been Roman Catholic since.
Mm.
So the Catholic Church is responsible for, right? It goes back to the Catholic Church, and the whole papacy thing is linked to the royalty, and the whole reset of information and the hiding of knowledge is to make us believe that the royals are legitimate and that they should be there. You know,
But they are too
all
slow.
right.
Huh?
So, no, go on. What were you going to say?
They are too slow at destroying all these traces from the past. Like in Asia, there's so many places where you can still,
Oh wow!
like, in
In India,
temples and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah, where they've got the pillars that, you know, of 30-foot, 20 high pillars made of marble that are perfectly cut,
Mm,
as if they've been turned, and these really intricate patterns, and you know, and ridges and stuff all cut into them perfectly.
mm,
It's like we couldn't even do that now. We couldn't even do it now. So how were they doing it back then? But
yeah.
yeah, so and that's the Catholic Church that wiped that out. That, you know, or that was responsible for going in, taking over the
Mm,
communities, civilizations, replacing the education, destroying their history. There's the letter from the Lord that came back from England, talking about India, writing to the king and saying, if we're going to conquer here, we need to basically destroy them. We need to destroy their history, destroy their we need to get in with their education,
mm,
everything, because they are, his description of India was, it was better than the UK. It was amazing. The people were
mm,
so cultured. They were so polite. They were
yeah.
all wealthy. You know, they weren't all wealthy,
And
but it
I
was a wealthy
still,
place, you know?
yeah, I think it's still there. I mean, I went to Sri Lanka in 2004, and I really felt that was still there, like the mindset of people. And
I think, yeah.
Mhm.
And
They
I
really
think
did
there's a
well
lot.
out.
I
Sorry.
think as a result, there's a lot that we don't know because they don't tell us, because it's like they know what happens when when they
Mm.
speak, when they tell the truth. And I think this has happened with all of the resets, all of the
Mm.
resets that have happened.
Yeah.
There's been people that have ended up going completely underground, basically, because not literally with the, underground, but underground with their sharing their knowledge, because
Mm.
they know that if they speak up about it, if anybody hears they're talking about it, they're going to get wiped out.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what it's been, I think, with all of the countries in Asia that we
And
conquered.
yeah, and it's happening again.
Yeah,
Or it's still happening. Never
it's well,
stopped.
it's happening. It's happening now with ideology. It's a new word, if anybody's wondering. It's a very, very valid word. They call it ideology,
Yeah.
but it's not. It's their version of ideology. Right, obviously ideology exists, but their version of it is ideology. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Have you seen what they've done in for the Queen's Jubilee?
What?
Or the flags? Have you seen what they've done with the flags?
No.
So they were all English flags,
Uh-huh.
and now they've replaced them all with LGBTQ plus their
What?
flag, which with the
The rainbow.
LGBTQ, the funny rainbow. And I noticed as well
Oh,
today
yeah.
that they put the Ukrainian flag on there. They put a chevron in, like basically shouting out the Ukraine. And everybody said, yeah, but in the Ukraine, it's illegal for gay people to get married. And they
Mm.
kind of didn't want to say it. They went, yeah, Ukraine. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Now, today, I was looking, and it's changed to black and brown. And do you know what it's meant to symbolize? All the colored people that have died of AIDS.
What?
Because white people don't get AIDS, man. Only brown and black people get AIDS. What the fuck?
Yeah.
So I refer us back to the word idiotology.
Yes. We should keep it. Make it a trending word. Ideology. I like
Yeah.
it. But I don't know how to say it, but it's just beyond. No, it's not beyond. It's just a totally different. It's like a total different dimension, or something like that. I just don't understand how people can keep up with that. I just can't.
I mean, it's delusional. In the nicest possible way, it's like, I know that there are people, I actually know personally, transgender people who are actually, they're decent, normal, nice, cool people. Right?
Mm,
It's a real thing. It is a real thing. But
mm,
even they think what's going on is just fucking wrong. It's absolutely in every way wrong.
it
And
is.
Matt Walsh did that documentary, What is a Woman? And
Mm,
one of the people that he interviewed was a transgender. It was a woman that had transitioned to a man, and he sat there and told him exactly what it was like. And he's like, he got really upset about the fact that they're allowing children to go and have like life-changing surgery. I think anybody that allows a child that hasn't fully developed
mm-hmm,
into a person,
mm-hmm,
into a fully grown Then, if they want to go and transition, go for it. If you still think then that you are the opposite sex, go and transition. All power to you, all luck to you, go and do it. Until that moment, you really want to just wait. You really want to just wait and say, you know, let your body sort it out.
Well, I
And
do understand your point of view on it, but I think they should not push it on them.
no,
But I believe there are children who are really like suicidal because they cannot change, because they have to wait.
right.
So I can imagine that it would be a solution for them, but not with
No,
all.
no, I'm sorry. I disagree. I absolutely disagree. Yes, they
That's
might be suicidal, but that means that they need other help. They need other help. If they're children and they're young, developing minds, they need other help. And the only reason that they're suicidal is because of this bullshit ideology that they're getting rammed down their throats. And now they've even put it into schools. And they're encouraging this confusion. All children, or most children, go through some stage in their very early life, you know, like between the age of 0 and 6, where they don't even know what boy or girl is. And so you'll have a boy that just likes wearing dresses, right? Just likes to wear a dress, basically, because he just likes it, likes to be able to spin around, and you know, like, yay, and wearing high heels, wearing his mum's high heels, you know, pretending that he's a girl.
Mm.
And then the parents go, "Oh, he thinks he's a girl. Cut his willy off, give him hormone blockers, and you know, like all of that crap. Do all of that, and actually turn him into a girl." Whereas if they just left him, come the age of 11, he might have been dressed up in army gear and saying, "Piss off! What are you talking about? Dressed as a girl? I'm dressed as a girl. Girls stink." Because that's what happens with kids, you know. Or
You definitely have good points there, and it's just it's at least there should be a way for these children who really feel this need to change. There should be some help, like you say, but they shouldn't be left like that.
they've admitted, right, that the brain is not fully developed until 21 years old, at least.
Mm,
In fact, I think they've said 26. I think that they are saying, some people are saying 20. Some doctors say 26 years old before your brain is fully developed. And I think it's fair to say that you really, as much as you think that you're grown up in your 20s, you're not.
and
Because we look back at,
I
sorry, go
do
on.
I do recognize, because I had really like I grew up not knowing that women could fall in love with each other. So I thought always just it's straight or you're gay, like men loving each other. But when I turned 17 or 18, I went to a gay club for the first time. And I found out that was not an option. That sounds stupid, but you could just feel like you love a woman too, or only women. But then I really got confused. I didn't know, because I did feel like I could love a woman too, and at some point I even identified myself as lesbian.
Mm.
But at the same
But
time, I
when
had
you
so much trauma from things happening with men,
yeah,
that I started to realize, well, maybe the reason for me personally that I don't know which way to go,
Yeah.
what I really love. So yeah,
Yeah.
and that was the even after my 30th birthday, I still was kind of confused. And now I'm just okay, I'm not for love.
But
For a
it
relationship.
depends. It depends what you mean when you're saying love. If you mean love, just love, or if you're talking about love including sexual attraction, because it's
Yeah.
a for me it's about, you know, you're gay if you're sexually attracted
Mm,
to somebody of the same sex. If
yeah.
you know, if you want to get physically sexually intimate with somebody of the same sex, then you're gay, or you're, you know, and it
Mm.
doesn't, you're a homosexual. You might be bisexual, but you're still homosexual.
Someone is trying to join us.
Sorry.
Squirrel Sniper is trying to join us.
um
Sorry. I just saw the
I
stream.
can't help with that, dude. I'm sorry, man. There's not, because I didn't even know that you were trying to join. It didn't even tell me that you were trying to join.
That's weird.
I'm just trying to catch people that had wrenches and give them back their wrenches, because it's a new channel, isn't it?
What?
So Adam Cook, how you doing, mate? Friend of mine has 2 daughters. I've not spoken to my friend in a while, 6 years. I asked how the girls were. My friend said Ben will be going for his A levels. I asked who's Ben. So, I mean, I'm not laughing in a mocking way. I'm laughing in a, it's, you know, yeah, it's
Yeah.
awkward like that, isn't it? So
Yeah, that's how they call me.
my niece, right? My eldest niece, my sister's eldest daughter, she told me that she's pansexual a couple of years
What's
ago.
that?
I think what it means is you can find anything attractive.
Okay.
You can be sexually attracted to a car
Oh,
and
anything. Wow.
and a
Okay.
horse and a man and a slug. You know, I think that's what pansexual really means, is that you're fluid with your. Oh no, because there's what's the one where you are fluid? I don't know. I don't understand it all. I don't care to either. I don't need to. I don't feel like I need
It's
to
too much
understand
to keep up with. It's
it. I
like
just
every
like
time someone invents something new.
the thing is, it really seems to me like watching parts of that Matt Walsh documentary. Like he interviews somebody that identifies as a wolf, right? As
Yeah.
as a lesbian transsexual,
Oh, whoa.
a transgender lesbian wolf, right? And the thing is, and he said, so when did you know that you're a wolf? When did you first know that you're a wolf? And this person says, oh, I think it was when I was about 11, and I watched this anime about wolves, and it's like you can tell so that's something that's come from childhood. It's a childhood obsession with wolves.
Mm.
Did anybody sit down with them and say, in a past life, maybe you were a wolf, and that's why you feel like that? You're not a wolf now. Now you're a man. and you were born with an XY chromosome. That's why you're a man. So you're not a wolf, and you can get your willy cut off if you want, and you can take the hormones to grow the boobies, and take the
I'm laughing for
estrogen
Jane.
and all of that. Sorry,
I'm laughing for how you call the Wonka.
the boobies.
No, you Wonka or you
Wi-
Willy
Oh,
Willy Wonka.
Willy. Yeah. Cut your willy off. Well, Willy's the polite English way to call it, isn't it? It's like when you're running around on the beach with no clothes on, and your mum says, "Put your willy away." I'm attacked. All right, I'm just going to go and allow that comment. If one of my other moderators can allow that comment. Attracted to tacos. I'm just sexually attracted to women. Like, if they have tacos, they can have. Like, if they're really tasty, I don't care if they've got tacos or ice cream, or if they're eating fucking Brussels sprouts. I don't care, just as long as they don't try and make me eat them. I've had sexy evenings with food, but could you imagine getting all down to it, getting all sexy, and then she tries to put a fucking Brussels sprout in your mouth? Man, what a mood killer, eh? I'm surprised somebody hasn't done a satirical skit of that, Somebody should do that. TW, hi, I'm TW, and I'm apparently a pansexual. Is it TW that's attracted to tacos, isn't it? Who was attracted to tacos?
Anonymity.
Anonymity, right. So, TW, what makes you pansexual? Was I correct? Or have you decided from my description of a pansexual that must be what you are? Is it? Have I suggested it and you've gone, huh?
It's all fine.
I thought I was a bit sexually attracted to my car.
But sexually attracted to everything? How?
I've never been sexually attracted to a car, man. I mean, I've been in love with my car, and I've had a relationship with my car, but I've never tried to stick my willy in it. Yeah.
That wouldn't be good.
So we've managed to take this conversation somewhere near the gutter.
It's good
Can
too.
we? Is there any chance we can rescue it? Did I see a message from Keith asking if he could join?
Who?
Keith.
Our poet.
Astro King.
We finally get to meet him if he does.
I've met Keith. You'll finally get to meet him. Yeah. There you go, mate.
Is he there?
If he is, Keith, and also Lion of Tartaria, if you wanna pop on, mate. And if anybody pops on and I'm not sure, like, if you've not been on before, just well, you'll be in a green room first, so I'll be able to see you before you come in. But yeah, Keith, you're welcome, mate.
Oh, sorry.
So go on. What you said?
You know what I did today?
No.
I went to the oldest cemetery.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, definitely. I spent like 2 hours in there, and
That's
still
brilliant.
couldn't.
Did you take any photos?
Yeah. I took some photos and some videos, so I'm gonna put it together and make a video of it.
Oh, brilliant.
But I don't know, man. It really feels like. I took
Hiya.
some photos. Hello.
Oh, dude, can you turn YouTube down, mate? Turn the TV off or turn YouTube down because I can hear it.
It feels like.
Okay, I can't do nothing. Hiya.
Hello.
Dude, can you turn YouTube down, mate?
I don't know how to
Turn the
do
TV
that.
off or turn YouTube down. Have you got your TV on?
No.
What are you playing YouTube through, or what are you? Are you playing YouTube, or I've muted you, mate, because it's creating too much of a feedback loop. But if you're playing YouTube, or you need to put some earphones in, because it's the echoes. Like, I'll put you back on. Oh, you've muted yourself. You've muted yourself now, so I can't unmute you.
No.
Unmute your mic.
Who is that, Keith?
Yeah, that's Keith. Unmute your mic.
Hi, Keith.
It's telling me I can't unmute you because they chose to mute themselves. So you need to unmute your mic.
Ah, there you go.
There we go. There we go. Now you've muted
Mute
it again.
Now,
Right. There we go. That's better. That's better. That's better. How are you doing, Keith?
Now it's muted again.
Yeah, he's muted it again. You fucking. How are you doing?
that's not my fault. I'm not doing it.
Oh.
Oh, awesome. We got Awakened Alliance here, man. Dude, how you doing?
Hi.
I'm still alive.
Good to see you, man. Good to see you. I haven't
The
I don't know.
mic is going off and on by itself. I'm not controlling it.
Right. Okay. Do you want?
Wait.
One
that
second,
me?
Keith.
Yes.
Keith, do you want to? Keith, you need to go out and come back in again. Try and see if it's.
No, I think it's stable now.
So you need.
I think.
Yeah, but I can hear myself again now.
I think it's stable now.
But I
it
can
seems
hear
to be
myself
stable.
again. All right. All right.
I don't
Sorry.
know what now.
We're losing viewers, man.
Okay.
There we go. That's Awakened Alliance, dude. No, that's see, Keith. I can. It's playing really loud. Yeah, you muted it again.
No, it's not me.
Yeah.
It's not me. I'm not doing it.
No, but Keith, do you understand? That's not. I didn't just say that. That's playing back. That's YouTube playing back to us. So whatever is on your computer or your phone or whatever, you've got YouTube playing in the background.
You know, I can't. It's going off and on by itself. I'm not controlling it. I can't do much about that because I don't know what to do.
Wait.
I'm sorry.
Keith,
Yes.
Keith, do you want to do what you have to do is put yourself on mute. Try and see if you need to put yourself on mute and just unmute when you want to talk to us. Yeah, but I can hear myself again now.
Weird.
Ta-da!
Awakened Alliance, dude. How you doing? Oh, we've got somebody in the background here as well. Dr.
Really?
Major. Dr. Major, somebody.
Yeah, I like to hurt myself pretty bad, Richie. I had a bullet go off my hand and shrapnel in my
Oh,
chest.
you're kidding me.
Nah, I got a hole in my chest the size of a 9mm. It missed my
Shit.
heart by centimeters, dude.
Oh no.
One second. To Dr. Major, who's sat in the green room right now, I'm going to bring you in, mate. But let me just give me a second, because I don't recognise you, and I don't know who you are. I don't think so. Not at the moment. Yeah, I don't recognise you. So I just want to speak to my friend here, and then I'll bring you in and you can introduce yourself. Sorry, mate. Carry on. How the fuck did that happen?
Just cleaning, and it was a dumb mistake, man.
You were cleaning with a round in the fucking in the chamber.
I thought it was empty. It happens, dude. The cops told me it happens more often than you think.
Yeah, I can imagine it does.
Yeah, I was worried I was gonna get in trouble, but no, I'm just glad I was alive, man. Yeah, I bled for 6 hours.
That must have hurt. Does it? Right.
Wait a minute.
I imagine that getting
that what's missing that is in my chest. Yeah, I can't hold it right. Yeah.
So it's the casing that exploded.
Yeah, shell casing. That's what got me.
Right.
Blew off part of my finger, and I got one in the chest and one on my belly. I can't get them out.
Oh, mate.
Happened about a week ago yesterday. I'm still sick. I mean, I'm not out for nothing, man. I'm just glad I'm here.
Dude, I'm just like, I don't think that you can die. I don't think that. I think
I agree with you, Richie. I do. We're on the same plane. We've been friends. You know, we've talked a lot. I mean, maybe just chatting on through text, but we've talked a lot.
Yeah, man. I'm so happy that you're here talking to us, mate. I'm so happy about that. Because the worst thing is, right? The worst thing is that the only way, if the worst thing had happened, the only way I'd find out about it is through the grapevine on YouTube.
Right. That's true, man. I thought I'd give you my email at one time, but maybe not. I know at one time you was subbed to me. I don't know. I'll
tell you what, dude. Where I've had my channel deleted,
right?
My new channel, I'm probably not. Let me go and. You're in the chat room, aren't you? Right. I'll go and sub to that now, because I can go to your channel through the chat room.
All right.
And I do. Dude, I do have your email, but the thing is, what my point is, I mean, it's not like we don't email each other all the time and stuff. So it'd be like I wouldn't know anything until I think, you know, it'd be like, oh, where's Awakened Alliance, man?
Right.
I'm go and have a look on your channel, and unless somebody puts something on your channel saying Awakened Alliance has passed, you know, this is one of the things about. It's not just with you; it's with everybody, really, because we're not in each other's circle. We're in each other's circles online, but not physically. We're not physically in each other's circles. So if something really bad happens, the only way everybody is going to find out about it is if somebody puts something on YouTube or Facebook or whatever, you know.
Well, let's see. I jumped, you know, I was in whose chat? I was on I called in Mark Boogle there the other day, and I was trying to get enough support to where I could go live on my phone, and I did, but I'm still having problems with it. I'll get it figured out. And Monograph channel, Susan Donahue up there had been helping me out, but I got enough subs to go live, but I'm just having trouble with StreamYard or something. Maybe my phone can't handle it. I don't know.
No. I just brought the other guys in because we got Morgan and Keith's come back in. Obviously,
Yeah, let somebody else
maybe
talk.
better with camera. And Morgan, dude, good to see you. And the doctor has disappeared. As soon as I brought him in, he left again. And Morgan's gone. I don't know. I brought him in and just put him on mute while you were talking.
Way everybody is going to find out about it is if somebody puts something on YouTube.
Yeah.
Or
Keith, I'm really sorry, mate. But every time you turn, you put your like all I can hear.
Yeah, I tried to turn it.
All I can hear is us. No, I'm muting you, dude. I'm muting you.
Okay.
Stop unmuting it because I'm muting you.
Do you see the?
It's no good, dude. It's Keith. I'm really sorry, mate, but it's no good. We can't. There's this loop going where we're just hearing this stream, but 20 seconds ago is playing. It's just playing, and that's all I can hear. As soon as my mic unmutes, that's all I can hear, and we can't do that, dude. I'm really sorry, mate. I don't know if you have to close everything down on your phone or whatever it is that you're using, your tablet, close everything down and only come in on that link. All right. And we've got Morgan here as well.
All right. How you doing, guys? Can you see me?
Yes.
Hi.
Just about.
Wow.
Just about.
Yeah.
I swear you look different every time I see you, man.
Do I? Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel different.
You look, in fact, you look completely different. You don't look like. Yeah, you do. It must be your beard.
Is it? Yeah.
It might be your goatee. I don't know.
It might
and the
be.
hat.
It's growing. Yeah. How you doing anyway? Is everything all right?
Yeah, mustn't complain. Like, we can't complain, man, can we? Because
No.
it just, everything. Like, I feel. I'll tell you what. I feel very fucking happy that that my man Awakened Alliance here is doing all right.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it?
Your camera's frozen, dude. And
Is it?
I don't know if that's no, not yours. Awakened Alliance. His camera's frozen, and he's on mute now. And right, Keith, I'm going to bring you in, right? But if it's still doing the same thing, I'm not going to. I'll have to put you on mute, mate. You won't be able to unless you Well, no, you'll have to mute yourself and only unmute when you want to talk, because it's too distracting. The sound of the stream coming back to us again is too distracting, mate. It's like an echo. Well, it's worse that it's like an echo that's 15 seconds old. So I'll bring you in, mate, but let's see what your mic sounds like.
Yeah. Okay, so I have to speak 15 seconds in advance.
Right, no, this seems to be all right. We seem to I can just about make out a little echo, but it's not too bad. It's not too bad, right? Okay, so we got 4 people here. I don't know if Awakened Alliance is still online. There is an echo, man. You need to invest in some earphones, Keith. Some earphones and a microphone, dude. No, that's what I'm saying. You need to invest in some. You can get them for 6 or 7 quid. They're not massively expensive. They don't have to be expensive.
No.
So you need for live streams and stuff. You really need to have some for when there isn't always an echo. Like if you go into your settings, go into your settings and go into the audio settings and make sure that echo cancellation's on. Because normally it's really good. Normally their echo cancellation is really good. Oh, it's gone again. So, Morgan.
Yeah.
How are the experiments coming?
Oh God, my life right now is pretty chaotic, but yeah, I'm getting there, mate. I'm getting there. It's just so many obstacles in the way all the time. Especially when you want to do something good, it's like forces are fighting you.
I wonder how much. Right, I've just read Adam. If Adam Cook's still in here, Adam, mate, I've just read the private message. I'm not very good at seeing that there's a private chat, and I just saw, oh, there's 2 private chat messages in there. So I just went and had a look, and right, okay, that's cool, mate. I like that, Dr. Major Adam Third. I couldn't see all of it. All I could see was Dr. Major Ad. That's all I could see. Hey, we got Caucasian Sasquatch here.
What's up, brother?
Yeah, I'm all right, mate. How are you?
Hi.
I'm good. How y'all doing?
Good.
Yeah, we're having a bit of a bundle. Different people coming in and out. Listen, dude, Adam, you're welcome to come in again, mate. Come in again. I'm sorry I put you on mute. It was just because of what Awakened Alliance was talking about. You know, it's just basically just nearly died, man. And yeah, none of it. It's kind of makes you realize, like, well, I wouldn't have known if that had have happened, if something had happened, if nobody put anything, you know, a member of his family or somebody hadn't put anything up, if it hadn't trickled out onto YouTube, I might never know that anything bad has happened. I found out last year or earlier this year, I found out that there are a few members of the community that I'm in 2019, 2018, that I was part of the globe denying flat earth community. I think something like at least 2, but possibly 3 of the members of that community have all died in the last
Mental.
in the last 2 years. So anyway, what you been up to, Sasquatch?
Oh, not a whole lot. Just trying to get guests in on my show. The weirder, the better.
Cool. What about just really nice and
For sure. I'll host anybody that doesn't have like 10,000 subs. Although I'm not going to count against them. It's just I have a preference towards smaller channels. They tend to be more real and more genuine.
Yeah. Manny's just she's just started a channel, and Lion of Tartaria. Have you seen his channel?
I haven't. I've seen. I've seen your chat, but I haven't actually made it that far down the list yet.
Dude,
nice to meet you, man.
Sorry. Right, so let me get his channel up, because I think you'd appreciate it. I'll be honest. I really think you'll appreciate it. I'm gonna have to stop sharing the chat, and I'll get the Keith, mate. I'll bring you in, dude. But if it's still doing the same thing, we're gonna, like I said, it's nothing personal, mate. But if it's still doing the same thing, we can't. It's too distracting. You'll have to go on mute. All right.
I think I might have to reboot.
Right.
Hi, Keith.
Share screen. Right, you can all see that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah.
Keith, can you mute up, mate? Here we go. It's one of his most recent ones.
Thank you for using dark mode. Oh my God, I can't tell you how many people I see streaming and breaking out their window share, and it's all white as all get out. It's like,
Oh man, I can't,
brother.
I can't handle white mode anymore.
dude, that is so much smoother and nicer and more matte. It's so much silky. I love it.
I think it's classier as well. You know,
Right.
it's like, I think it's classier.
Exactly.
So, right. Here we go. I need to put the volume on.
You fell into a short stack.
Quite remarkable that people think that me and my brother are pedophiles. This is all conspiracy theories. People even think Dame Edna is a man. Of course, this is just utterly nonsense. Because Dame Edna, she's actually my mummy. She's my mum.
Of course, Charles. I am your mum. And I am a bird. Cuckoo. Cuckoo.
Ryan, I got a question for you.
And don't you black people ever forget one thing.
Hang on. Sorry, go on.
And this is just a sort of a housekeeping kind of thing. We're talking shop for a second. I'm not throwing no shade. I would like to help. Have you figured out how to make a short on purpose yet?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you told me.
Oh, because of me? Not
Yeah.
you. No, Lion. His most of his videos are shorts. They're just not short. You know what?
I figured out on the last video. I thought maybe I should do shorts. I don't know. What do you reckon?
Yes.
Yeah.
However, keep this in mind. This is important.
Yeah.
YouTube will snatch your view time from your shorts away about every 3 months. It doesn't actually count.
All right.
Okay. So trying to build your channel, it's great for farming up subs, but it doesn't really add a whole bunch else to it. So now I've got over 250,000 views, but I've got 300 hours of view time. So
All right. Cheers. Keep that in mind.
Right.
Yeah.
All it takes, the formula for a short is 54 seconds long. Edit it however you want to. It has to be shot in vertical mode, portrait mode.
Yeah.
And then it has to be uploaded from a mobile device IP.
Okay, yeah.
So upload it from your computer, even if everything else works right and looks right, it won't actually pop out as a short. So
all right.
Mail it to yourself,
thank you.
Or, Dropbox, whatever. Get it on your phone, upload it from there, you'll be good to go.
Yeah. Cheers.
I'm just fixing to blow up.
Cool. Can I just say the intention with my channel was more to get him to the mud flood theory and all that. But then I ended up to do these funny videos, but my intention is still to come back to the seriousness of things. But I think, awaken humor.
Daddy, that draconian bitch is not gonna eat me, is she? You're on, mate.
Yes, man. Caravan Productions.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt with that.
I'm not sure that was an interruption. I think it made the point nicely.
Oh, mate.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing like awaken humor out there, isn't it? People are so serious mostly. So I just felt like need to lighten up the vibes a bit.
Yeah, I get that. No, I'm of a totally different opinion. I think perhaps people need to actually start getting worked up about stuff because they've been letting a lot go lately.
Yeah, that's true as well. I have one of the serious ones of this. I mean, I'm putting in serious videos as well, but one of the most serious one is It's when Death is speaking to this knight about the mud flood theory. That's what I'm working on right now, and that's going to be a longer series. So,
sorry,
but them two is going to keep the conversation going. So, I think that would be a fun one.
No, I can't do that. I think that's already copyright claimed. Yeah. Okay. I've got a couple of really good short. Oh, that one's not. That one's fine. We'll go look at it. Hold up. I had a buddy of mine make me a short. Actually, Richie made me one of my favorite shorts. He did my outro song. I'm still using it on the show, man. I went and edited it up, and I know you screwed it up. You're muted.
My version.
Yes, your version. Don't fuck with me.
Sorry, I've got a new toy. It's not a new toy. It's an old toy, but I've discovered that I can use it. I didn't know that I could use it. What is that beeping?
I don't know. I don't hear the beeping. I mean, I hear it.
That's me. It's my beeping. I'm gonna make that stop now. Sorry.
I can't do that.
I live in a caravan, and my battery's gone.
Oh,
it's all right.
Would you like?
Yeah, I don't have that much control, dude. That's a plug-in, isn't it?
No,
it's a V8 sound card. I got no mixer, no nothing. It was the cheapest sound card available on Amazon, quite frankly.
I can't really stick a sound card in like that into a fucking iMac, can I?
Well, no, it doesn't. It's an exterior card. Yes, it's USB.
Oh right, wicked.
Yeah. This whole setup, the whole little stream sound setup I'm using is all USB. It's its own independent little soundboard thing.
Awesome. So I'm using my Tascam to get that effect. I'm using my Tascam. I've got a Tascam DR05X, and I'm using it as an audio
so
interface.
Do it more like this. It's more along these lines. This kind of thing. Stop it. This is annoying. I don't like it. Like, got other things. Like, you can laugh. I can take you right out.
See, I've got my key map.
Right.
I've got all kinds of stuff programmed that you can program whatever into the different keys. I've got that, but the trouble is that comes out of the speakers, out of the main speakers. Oh
Okay.
no.
So let me break something down about StreamYard's OBS and sound. If you are using the free version of StreamYard, you only have one channel of sound. If you are using the lowest pay version of StreamYard, you have one channel of sound for your sound and another channel that comes in for whatever guests you have. That's why the pay version sounds a little bit better than the free version.
Well, this is the paid version.
Okay, I'm getting there. When you're manipulating media on your screen and you go to hit play on it, no matter how you adjust your sound, it's always way too loud for the people in the audience, right?
I don't know.
Is that you don't know?
No, because nobody says that.
Okay, well, I mean, I go back and listen to my stuff, so I can determine how loud it is.
I don't, because I just can't stand seeing me on camera. So
I can't either. I can't freaking stand to hear the sound of my own voice. It drives me absolutely crazy. But editing, that's where you're at, dude. That's where you're at. When you got to edit, you got to hear it, you got to do it. I do a lot of it visually. I'll mute everything and just look at the sound bars, and I don't actually listen to it. But anyway, when you go to do a mix on a particular bit of media that you're putting out, I can kind of sort of use my own video to make this play. We will do this one. We'll go about halfway. Make sure that it doesn't have anything weird. This is Myrtle. Some dude.
Yeah.
You hear how low that's coming in? Or is it coming in real
City
hot?
Morgue, you kill him, we Bart on The Simpsons did the best.
That's quite loud.
Right, it's coming in super hot on you. I can turn it down in the window.
Best ones where
It
he
still
called
comes in
Moe's,
kind of hot on y'all.
and Mo never knew
Nothing
he
I
was
can
getting
do. But take it, turn that back wide open. Move over to my to my OBS. Use
Had
it to
need to
adjust
say
the
all
sound.
that.
And
That
that
was
chills
fucking
it out a
hilarious.
little bit.
What's
Look,
up, Miss
Amanda. Amanda Huggy, right? It's
Yeah.
it's the fact is that you're dealing with about 8 channels of sound when you're doing one media share. Part of it's your StreamYard channel, part of it's your OBS mix, and then your actual desktop.
So how are you?
What you have
How
to
are you
do.
split? How you're saying with the paid version, you get a second.
The way that works is you get a channel for you to use, and then your guests each get a channel to come in on, and then it's mixed, right? When you're using the free version, there's a channel of sound, and it just adds layers to the sound.
Right.
That's why you have trouble if somebody's using the free version. Why you have trouble balancing your sound out? It's all on one channel. You have very little control over it. When you've got the pay version, your mic gets a channel, and then your media gets a channel, and then each of your guests has their own channel.
But but there's no control over like I've got no production control over your inputs.
You do. You can go into my audio and readjust the echo and stuff on your end of it by hitting settings on my face over here, these little 3 buttons. And you should be able to adjust my audio however you like.
Oh, I can automatically.
You do that, it will also adjust my media, the way it comes in, right? So if you turn me down because my mic almost always comes in under my media, you'll completely lose me and be able to hear my media. That's how I do my StreamYard movement.
Right.
Private.
Keith, hang on. So I'm gonna. I just clicked automatically adjust your volume, but I think it just
Right.
fucked it
It's
up.
probably going to turn me down now.
Yeah, I've just brought you back up again. Turn that off. Keith, mate, we'll try it one more time. We'll try it one more time, dude.
Everybody
The camera's
mute
not.
Keith. Let's see if this works.
You ready, mate? Let's see what happens.
Okay, I switched my mic on and I rebooted. Mind you, it's only a tablet, so it's not.
Cool.
Yeah, can you hear me?
That's good. Yeah, we can hear you, man. That's good, and there's no echo.
Still no
Yeah,
echo.
because I rebooted, it must have shut down all the apps I wanted, and I'm just doing one thing now.
Yeah, cool. That's cool, man. There's no monster echo, man, or playback there. Cool, nice one. Thank you, dude. Right. So, Manny,
Yeah.
you've been quiet.
So
You've been quiet, girl.
I haven't spoken to you. I haven't spoken to you for about 6 months. So how you doing, Rich?
Me? Oh yeah, I'm all right, mate. I'm all right. Just getting on with it, innit? Just soldiering on. But I know that Manny was looking forward to meeting you because she's not actually. Although you guys, you're
How
both
you doing?
Goonies, so you chat in the treehouse, but you don't. You've not actually. She didn't know what you look like. Where's your camera? Put your camera on.
How do you like my poetry?
What?
How do you like his poetry?
I love your
Oh,
poetry.
it's really nice. I really like it. But
Yeah. How do you like my poetry?
Huh?
I think I don't know if we've got a bit of lag or there's a bit of a mix up with the sound or something.
So, I can switch the camera on.
Here we go, and Adam's here.
Nice.
Adam Cook.
You tree house people. Hello, hello, hello.
Dr. Major Adam.
I just
What?
camera on.
Dr. Major Adam the Third.
The third Earl.
And there's
of
a delay. If I click twice.
So right, we got so many people on now. And I just want, right, Adam, Keith, you've been on before, mate. So and so everybody else has been on before, but Adam's not. This is the first time I'm meeting Adam. So do you mind if I just say hello to Adam and we meet Adam and find out a little bit more about Adam? Sorry about Dr. Major Adam the third Earl. You're on mute. Are you on mute there? Talk.
No, I'm not on mute. I've unmuted myself. Yeah, I'd unmuted myself. I thought.
How you doing,
wow,
sir?
It's like spinning plates today, isn't it? At this day, I have many reasons to feel grateful and blessed. All my problems are first world problems, so you need no thing.
Yeah.
You need no thing.
Just keep a positive mental vibe.
I've got to, because otherwise I'd be murdering family members.
Yeah.
Joke, definitely a joke. Definitely a joke.
Yeah, but how many can relate to that joke though, eh?
Wow.
How many of us?
I was like Cinderella. I had a wicked stepmom, so I know Cinderella can relate.
Wow. My mum's cool, man.
I'm fairly new to your channel, and it interests me listening in yesterday that the healing centre. I am currently a ward of the state. I've done some damage to myself physically through some. Oh bugger it! I don't care about being vulnerable. I don't think this will blow your channel. I have been a hardcore drug addict in the past, and I'm one of them 12 steppers like Russell Brand. I used to be a fan of his, but I don't know. Another channel told me not to be a fan of his, so I'm not.
Well, I guess everybody can make their own mind up about Russell Brand. Myself, I like, my first instinct of him was to not like him. That was my first instinct, was that he was not good. And then somebody got me to get into the Greek, and I absolutely bloody loved it. And I was like, oh, do you know what? Actually, it's quite funny. And then I followed him for a bit, and then I saw he was doing stuff on YouTube. And then I met somebody that had actually come into contact with him in the real world, and they told me what had happened, and I just thought, oh, I was right. I was bloody right.
I know when I first met him, I mean, when I first saw him, I didn't like him. I thought he's a pretentious, showy-offy. He's read the longest words in the dictionary. Again, another affectation and pretentiousness. But
I mean,
I know it's my vibration in him that I'm disgusted with, that makes me not like him. That's how I see things.
Yeah.
But yes, I spoke over you slightly there, Richie. Excuse me.
When you say that it's like your vibration in that you see in him, would you mean it's like any like the way it works, isn't it? It's when we are really triggered by something in somebody else, it's because of something within ourselves.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's what I was getting at, really. Yeah, maybe there was a part of me that was envious because I feel I'm just as gregarious and maybe could even crack a funnier gag than him if someone put a gun to my head.
The trouble is, I was talking to Roxanne about this, right? We were both agreeing on it. What I think, as if we're going to get through this, unscathed or as unscathed as possible, emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually, if we can, what we have to do is not identify with.
Sorry, Richie. Which this are you speaking of exactly? Which this?
This experience that we're having, whatever, like, so like for each of us it's different, but we all seem to be going towards the same place. We all seem to be heading in the same direction.
Corporeality.
We're all having slightly different experiences as we're doing it. Sorry, mate.
Y'all going to hell in a handbasket too? Because I thought that was just me. We can all go together. We can all get the same handbasket. Just row right on out. It'd be good.
Like, I mean, nobody can. I think it's the same for everybody now. Life is crazy. Life's just insane now because of what's going on, what we can see going on in the out. You know, it's not necessarily that our personal lives are that crazy, but there might be members of family or friends that are completely invested in what's going on, and their actions and behavior seem completely crazy to us, and our actions and behavior seem completely crazy to them.
Amen to that. Yeah. When I say to my stepmother, Mum, the addiction that I had for drugs is exactly the same as your addiction for shopping. It's exactly the same thing. It's just manifested in different ways. That's all. My childhood trauma manifested in, well, being of the silver beard age, repetitive beat dance music.
Yeah, I know all about it. I can completely relate. Listen,
so yeah, I you know, without wanting to sound like an adult.
Are you still? You cut off.
Still there, Richie? I can't hear anything.
Yeah, man. Yeah, still here.
I'm here.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can't. We can hear
you.
Right. You're saying I cut off, and I'm saying you cut off. I cut off.
Oh, right. No. Yeah. No. You can hear me now, can you?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
It's.
Yeah.
We'll have to. Yeah. We'll have to agree that there is some empirical reality, not just a personal, subjective reality and truth.
Yeah, there's an objective and subjective realities. And depending on do you know, have you seen any of Archaics, Jason Brashears?
Yeah, only a couple. He said something that wound me up a bit. It might have been something like globe or something like that. I can't remember what it was, but I just thought, no, he
yeah, he doesn't believe in the globe. He's not a heliocentricist. What he says that the simulacrum and the sky, what's being projected on the sky, is actually the way it's projecting. Kind of, it's almost done to fool us into believing that we live in a heliocentric universe. You know, it's like a trick that either the simulacrum or AIX is playing, where it's projecting the stars as if we were living on a globe in a heliocentric universe, when in reality it's just a projection on the dome or whatever. So I think that's the only way he said that a globe exists, or that the heliocentric universe is real. in the projection in the stars.
Well, my first hobby was astronomy.
Right.
Yeah, my first hobby was astronomy, and I was a NASA fanboy, so I knew all about space, and then in my adolescence and 20s, I thought, oh, I'm very clever because I understand astrophysics and that. And it's just balderdash. It's just mathematical abstraction, which is a language. Maths is just a language, and you can do anything with a language.
Exactly. Yeah. You can write a fictional book with words. You can write a fictional paradigm with equations.
Yeah, which something I'm learning in Kabbalah.
Right.
The most fascinating subject.
Which Kabbalah though? Because there's many different versions of the Kabbalah.
Oh, the Jewish Kabbalah, Kabbalah.
But I think there's older versions of the Jewish Kabbalah, and there's more recent. Like they changed it, and then Madonna she made it big. So is it the same Kabbalah that Madonna introduced back in the 90s?
I dare say it probably would be the stuff that Mad Donna brought out in the or made popular in the. I thought it was in the noughties actually. First time I heard her mention it, she was on the Norton show, and I thought, oh, blooming heck, haven't you got big boobies? And you're into Kabbalah, interesting. And as a explorer of esoterica and occult, I looked into Kabbalah, and like the guy who woke so many of us up, our dear beloved Santos. There is just common themes running throughout, and Hermeticism is the same as Kabbalah, is the same as Quabbalah.
It's also right. You mentioned Hermeticism. Hermeticism is also the key to unlocking Gnosticism and Christianity.
Narcissism?
No, Gnosticism.
Oh, Gnosticism,
yeah. So the Hermetic principles.
G to the N.
Yeah. So the Hermetic principles, when applied to Christianity, it makes it or they do apply to Christianity.
I slightly lost you.
Say again. Say that again.
Yeah, it's a system for ascension. Some of the things like the simulation, the hologram that we live in, microcosm to macrocosm. It's all very much the same, whether you're looking at things from, well, we've seen that you can look down on a mountain range or valley rivers, and it takes the same route as putting electricity through wood. Oh God, where was I going with that? I can't even remember, Captain.
Oh, I love that, man. Do you know that happens to me so many times? I'm right mid flow, and it just, hang on. Oh shit! I've forgotten what I was talking about, man. My train of thought's just gone off the rails. I love the fact that Caucasian Sasquatch is sat there playing the Warships game, man. This, I presume, is the Warships game that I see advertised on YouTube.
I guess so.
Like before videos sometimes. Is it a free version?
Yes. I don't pay for games usually. It's available on PlayStation.
Is it available on Xbox?
I have not the foggiest. I haven't turned my Xbox on in 2 years.
Is it available on iMac?
No clue, man. I have PlayStation. I can't tell you the rest.
Because it does look kind of cool.
Yeah.
It does look kind of cool. I'll say that. Somebody's phone is vibrating.
Sorry, that's mine. Excuse me, I've got to take a call.
No worries, mate. Both Morgan and Manny have both been very quiet.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, mate. I can hear you fine.
Awesome. Yeah.
How are you doing? We've lost half our viewers.
Okay.
We're down, but I don't care, man.
No.
I really don't care. This is just a hangout tonight, isn't it? Really? It's just a bit of a hangout.
It's
with
nice, isn't it?
Nice.
awakened souls. Awakened souls.
Yeah.
What? So, Sasquatch and Morgan, what are your opinions? Right. So, my opinion about today and this Roe versus Wade thing, that just to try and make it a bit current, what we're talking about. I agree with the decision. I just think the decision should have been made at a different time. I think it's a setup. Them making the decision now is a setup to lay the ground for the riots that are going to happen all through the weekend, basically.
Yeah. Although I'm less concerned with the Roe versus Wade decision than I am with the SCOTUS having handed down pretty much an edict against gun control on the East Coast. It's Fourth Circuit. They have taken on the open carry ban, the necessity for concealed carry, the necessity for waiting periods in certain states that are excessive to other states, and have decided that all of that is unconstitutional. You're going to have to rewrite your laws and take into account the fact that shall not be infringed means shall not be infringed. So trying to say you can't carry a gun in New York is not going to fly.
Right. And does that concern you?
Actually, I'm extremely glad that happened, because this allows an individual. You don't have to be a citizen to be protected by the Constitution. If you are an adult man that hasn't been convicted of violent felonies, you have the right to bear arms and to protect yourself, whether it's a rock, a knife, or a firearm. And that's given by God, not by a constitution. So wherever you may be on this earth, take that into account. Now, once you come here, you can just walk into a store and go buy one, and that's fine. But what they're trying to do is say you have to be 21, you have to be able to do all these other things before you can go purchase a firearm. But you know what it says in the Constitution? of fighting age. You're old enough to
Right.
fight the country. Go purchase you some beer, some cigarettes, some weed, and get you a gun. Y'all have a nice day.
But so, I mean, I do think it's ridiculous that they don't want to raise the age of conscription, but they do want to. They want to raise the age of being able to fire a gun. And the argument for that, the argument is because we haven't got fully developed brains. We're not like fully adult until we're 21.
Doesn't matter. You can vote.
But that's their argument, isn't it, for raising the age of being able to buy a gun, right?
Yes,
but they still want to send kids out to war at the age of 18. They won't raise the age of conscription to 21. They won't say that you've got to be 21 to join the army. They'll send.
No, in fact, what they want to do is lower the age that you can join the army and vote, while raising the age that you can defend yourself either publicly or physically.
Yeah.
So they want you to be 21 before you can get a lawyer, 21 before you can buy a gun, but 14 before you can vote, and 14 before you can conscript.
14? Are you kidding me? They want to let 14-year-olds vote
and join the army.
Wow.
Which I think is absolutely batshit crazy.
I mean, I thought it was 16. I thought they were going for 16 for the army.
16 was the eventually declared number that went in the bill, but the people who wrote the bill initially wrote it with 14. And so consider this: you would be 14, capable of joining the army, but you still can't drink for another 6 years, 7 years. Can't buy a gun for another 6 or 7 years, but you can be issued a gun and go jump out of an airplane in a foreign country and walk home.
And told to kill someone, ordered to go and kill people.
Completely unconstitutional. Can't be done. Even if it was made legal, the Supreme Court would immediately strike it down.
Yeah. Yeah, as Adam says, we all had our guns taken off us fucking years ago in the UK. And basically every other country, like there are a couple of others, but the US is one of the last remaining countries where the citizens are actually allowed to defend themselves. They're allowed to, like in the UK, you're not even allowed to carry a knife. Here in Spain, you're not allowed to carry any form of protection. Like that's why clipper lighters are one of the best lighters to have, because a clipper lighter is actually a really, really effective tool for if you're like in self-defense. There's a couple of moves that if you learn them, you can completely disable somebody before they even know what's going on.
And I agree with you. And it's good to know those things. But I would much rather be able to reach into my pocket.
Oh yeah, me too.
In the conversation of whether or not I'm being injured.
Dude, me too, man. Like I think that we should all be allowed to carry guns. Well, I don't think it should be necessary. I don't think it should be necessary, right? I think it'd be nice to live in a world where you don't feel like you need to carry a gun everywhere.
No, I don't need to. I don't need to. I'm perfectly safe to walk around without my pistol in my pocket, but I'll walk around with my pistol in my pocket for that minute when I'm not safe.
Yeah,
I'd rather have it.
I mean,
than need it.
Have it and not need it. Yeah, have it and not need it, than need it and not have it. That is the old argument, isn't it?
I have carried a firearm on my person since I was 16, and I've done it most daily. And it has never, ever jumped out of my pocket and tried to rob a bank or knock over a liquor store on its own. It's never been involved in any form of criminal activity. It doesn't go out when I'm not going out. So I think it's okay. It's all right.
And it's not, I mean, is it loaded?
Absolutely. An unloaded gun is useless.
But it's not chambered.
Absolutely it is. It is chamber and on safe, but I have a particular type of gun that's exceptionally safe when it's safety. You could beat it with a hammer and you couldn't get it to go off. You about got to put you got to get a strong man to take the safety off on that thing.
I mean, I've absolutely love shooting, target practice shooting. I joined the Air Cadets not to fly. I joined the Air Cadets to join their shooting team, and I held a record at Bisley, and I used to shoot at home with the air rifle, and I've gone out shooting with the shotgun, and but I've not shot anything other than 303 Enfields, L81s, air rifles, all different kinds of air rifles, and shotguns. One pump action shotgun.
That Enfield taught
And,
you everything you need to know about a rifle, son. That is a real one. That's the real
oh,
deal.
with a brass stock as well. And that's what I got my record with. That's what I got my record with. I was about 15 years old, 14 or 15 years old, and I had to fire off as many rounds as I could in 2 minutes at 600 yards. And the only 2 rounds that didn't hit the bullseye were the 2 sighters, the first 2 sighters that I put in.
Right.
And then every round after that hit the bullseye, and I did 3 magazines in 2 minutes.
Cool. Wow.
So I was good. I was really good, man, at
Not
shooting.
going to this conversation because I don't think the comparison is fair. My pops was an airborne ranger, and I put millions of rounds downrange. We own.
Oh, I'm sure you're better.
And I'm not questioning that. That's not the issue. There's a certain amount to be said for natural skill. Some people are just highly skilled at certain things. They have a talent. And then the other side of it has to do with the repeatability of muscle memory.
Yeah, muscle memory. Yeah, exactly. So I had a talent for it when I was young, but I never expanded on that talent or honed that skill. If I'd continued shooting every week from that day until now, I'd be an absolute ace shot. There's because of muscle memory, because of repetition and squirrel sniper. Yeah, squirrel sniper loves shooting squirrels.
Andrea and Squirrel Sniper both showed up in my streams occasionally. Good to have them.
Yeah. That's nice. That's good because that's like a bit of cross pollination, man. Cross pollination of our channels. I like that.
Cool.
And I've got like Calistoga Refried is sub to me now and is in the chat room. I've seen him a few times. The last couple of times we've been streaming. Morgan's been exceptionally quiet. So is Manny.
Yeah, I don't have any. I have a slingshot. I have a couple of knives, but I think my intent. I'm driven by intent, and if my intent is good, I'm safe.
I've got this. I don't know. I keep having this thought it has been put there, but it's a thought that keeps. I think there's something in it that if you. It's the whole live by the sword, die by the sword. So if you're armed, if you're walking around carrying a weapon, then it's on your mind, in the back of your mind, that it might happen. And so it does that somehow. You can somehow manifest it into your life. And if you didn't have a weapon and you weren't, you just didn't have that fear, you
just muted yourself, bud.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
You wiggled your wire or something. Poke your wire back in. I bet that was it. Then you got to reset the little thing in StreamYard so it knows you're there. You might have to fiddle with your OBS over there because it lost you too. Just give him a second, it'll get it. I hate it when that happens. Oh, you're not back yet. Yeah, there you go.
I haven't got OBS. I'm not using OBS. I'm just using StreamYard. I've been very lazy. Very lazy. I tried that Riverside.fm, and that looks like it could be good, except it didn't work when I did it. It didn't record all of the everything that it should recorded. So
you're running on a laptop. What type of laptop are you running on? Is it like Linux? Or
I'm running on an iMac, mate. I'm not running on a laptop.
Sure.
I'm running on an iMac.
Okay. I'm pretty sure OBS will operate on anything you got, man.
Oh, I've got OBS.
Okay.
It's just so much easier to like come into StreamYard. It's so much easier, man. OBS is OBS. I need to set it up. I need to set up the scenes. And
I've not got a big at the moment. He's going like a circle round and round. Oh, he's back.
You're back. Hey, mate. Yeah. So OBS, it's not. I'm not familiar with it, you know. And it's laziness, really. It's laziness,
I get you. It's not laziness. It's a very complicated system. It took me 4 months to put together the show that I wanted to look like. It took me longer than that to get it to actually sound right, work, function in StreamYard, be transitionable from one media to another. I can bring in 20 people on OBS and 10 people on StreamYards by using Zoom and Facebook and any other type of communication method that you've got a camera and a mic to deal with. And I can manage all of the sound using my desktop and bring it all in on OBS and send it to your StreamYards and have 20 other people in here listening to you through my OBS.
Excuse me, brother man. What is your channel?
It's Caucasian Sasquatch.
Name? Caucasian Sasquatch. Righty-ho, that's an easy.
Put a link in. Put a link in, man. Somebody put a link in for Caucasian Sasquatch.
I'll definitely.
He's brilliant. He basically showcases other channels, like smaller channels that are not getting very much focus or attention. He focuses on them.
Well, I'll be seeing you soon then.
Excellent.
Thank you very much.
Are you gonna? Have you got a channel, Adam?
No,
do you
no.
produce anything?
No, not.
Are you thinking? Are you thinking about it?
I'm thinking about it. A pal, a guy who's 10 years my junior, and I were thinking about just having a back and forth skittish sort of thing, but it might just be a load of old balderdash.
We could do it. Could be just like a vlog. You could just, give your thoughts. Just do a vlog every day, giving your thoughts about what's going on.
Well,
what's going on in your life and what you think about what's going on outside.
Thank you, Andrew.
I'm having no trouble causing enmity in my life. When I go around saying to the telly watchers, "This is a scam. This pandemic, it's a scam."
Right. I think
making me popular in my 12-step fellowship thing.
We've all been there.
Yeah. I think it's important now. Like we're really, if people are really just completely still invested in the news, we are fighting a losing battle if we keep trying to wake them up, because they are under this constant daily hypnotization. They're being daily hypnotized or hypnotized on a daily basis by the mainstream media and by their peers and their friends and the people around them. So we're not, there's a certain amount of people, there's a group of people that we are never going to get through to. And we need to stop trying, because Keith, mate, I'm really sorry, dude. I'm going to have to put you on mute again. I think it's you. Hang on. Yeah, it is. I'm sorry, mate. I've got to put you on mute, mate, because I'm echoing back and I'm hearing myself.
And it's burning way into your brain. I know how you feel.
Oh, I've lost my train of thought now. Fuck.
No, many people are you know, you're talking about useless meat eaters, as Bill Gates would say, meat sticks. You don't think much, and you just taking it all in, you know, in a bad way, and letting themselves be, you know, distracted by shit every day.
But we can't. I think we have to be. I think it's really important that we don't belittle or
no, definitely
like
not.
we have
as
to
many
treat,
as possible. That's our duty.
yeah,
and
we have to allow, like, because we're going on about sovereignty, right? We're going on about our rights because this is my body and this is my experience, so I have my own rights. Well, they've got their rights as well, man. They do, and it's their right to stay asleep. It's absolutely their right to stay asleep. And just, this might not be their time. This isn't going to be the end of the world. The world is not going to end. This whole thing's going to keep on going. It's cyclical.
I think it's a spiritual thing.
Oh, very
more
much
than
so.
anything. Yeah.
But I think it's a recurring process in this realm. I think it's what this realm's for.
Don't you think that we separate ourselves, you know, when our spiritual awareness, you know, and awakening happened, that we will separate ourselves from them in one way or another, and
There's
eventually,
going to be
you know,
big division. There's already a big division, but it's going to get wider. Yeah, the gap will get wider.
Well, good old Dolores Cannon spoke about earth splitting, and in my experience, me just alienating myself from my friends, but by saying, look, that they have managed to deceive you to the point where you don't even trust your own senses. And earlier on, when I was being very egoistic, saying about how I was an astronomer, so I know that the heliocentric model, I knew it inside out, backwards, forwards, so I knew exactly what it was, what I was defending. When someone first suggested flat Earth to me, I thought, oh, bless you, what a lovely sweet fella, but you're as green as a frog's dick.
Well said.
Well said.
But so you mean well, mate? But yeah, green as a frog's dick.
The thing is, right, I fully appreciate that 10 years ago, somebody suggested, well, no, it was longer than 10 years ago. It was 13 years ago. Somebody suggested to me that, you know, the earth was flat and that that reality wasn't what we thought it was, and this, that, and the other. And he basically, he told me a lot of what I then later found out. But he was a friend of mine. We were good friends, but we were only really in contact via Facebook. And I just stopped. I stopped. I cut off contact with him because I really thought he'd lost his mind. And then 3 years later, I wandered down a rabbit hole, or 4 years later, I wandered down a rabbit hole, and I'm looking into Nibiru, and then I'm looking into Zachariah Sitchin, and I'm looking into all of that, and then I discover Eric DeBay and Mark Sargent and that lot, and I sat there and watched this 200 proofs video by Eric DeBay. And at the end of the video, like through the whole video, I'm sat there going, no, but no. And it's like, because all the way through it, I'm like, I can't argue with that. I can't argue with that. That's right. What he's saying is factually right. And I can't argue with it. And then, like, so I spent 3 years watching videos and saying like it didn't take very long for me to accept that it was probable that they're lying to us about the earth, about the shape of it. I was like, they've lied to us about everything else. They've lied to us about absolutely everything else. So why can't they have lied to us about that as well? If they've got control over our education and it's possible to program our parents before they programmed us, then, you know, and I recognize the whole upheaval of the wars and everything that would have caused massive disruption to children's upbringing. And there's no better time to reprogram children than during a time of great confusion and, you know, and displacement as well. If you think about all the refugees, you know, how many children are orphaned, and it's the possibility to rewrite everything. It only take 2 generations to completely change history and have everybody believing that what they're learning, they've been learning it for the last 1,000 years.
Yeah, I mean, there's the touchy subject of just how many Jews were around in Europe, and how that doesn't quite tally with the statistics of how I shouldn't proceed with that. Really, that could get you shut down. Sorry.
Yeah, no, very touchy subject there. The tunes of you are going to get us too.
Everything on this channel is speculation, opinion, and we're not experts in anything, and you shouldn't listen to anything that we say, but you should go and look it up.
And I
everything
definitely
that we
lost
talk
all
about.
my firearms in a horrible boating accident.
Say that again, mate.
I said I definitely lost all of my firearms in a horrible boating accident. Freak accident.
Yes.
Weirdest thing I ever saw. All gone.
Yeah.
I can point at where they're at. We can't go get them there. Good luck.
Yeah. So you're over the Mariana Trench, man, when it happened,
or possibly some our generation location that's probably going to screw them all up. Good luck getting in there, man. You can shut those things down.
Keith, mate, we've got the same problem, dude. You've come off mute, and now I can hear the stream coming back at us. And Morgan's dropped off.
Yeah, this makes so much sense.
It's better when you mute yourself, mate. It's cool when you if you want to come on and talk. Yeah, just keep muting yourself when you're not talking.
Yeah, it's really weird. It's like as soon as you start talking, all the echo's gone. The second you stop talking, it's back.
I saw Eric Dubay, and I watched about a quarter of it, or such and such, and I thought, yeah, this makes so much sense. And it took me 10 minutes to me to believe the world is flat.
Right, but the thing is, just to say that this is what causes the arguments, because they've weaponized the term flat Earth. As soon as you say the Earth is flat, it's a flat Earth, it then creates a paradigm that's been already created by controlled opposition. But it creates a paradigm, because in order for that flat, and then that's when people go, because in order for that paradigm to exist, there have to be the parameters of that paradigm.
Yes, exactly.
So
it's not a flat Earth,
but
it's not a globe. That's all you got to
exactly.
say.
No, yeah, exactly. Oh no, it's like it. Well, yeah, it's observably flat everywhere you look. It's observably flat. You go up in a plane to 30,000 feet and you keep flying, and as far as you fly, it will be flat, right? So it's observably flat everywhere, but we don't know where the edge is. we might know where some edges are, but we don't know where all the edges are. There's not not one of us has traveled all the way around the edge of this realm to be able to say what the circumference of it is, what the layout of it is.
KLM pilot said it's flat, and she got sacked.
Say that again. Who?
A KLM. This is a Dutch pilot.
Oh, pilot. Yeah.
And she got demoted.
It wouldn't surprise me if there are some fucking signed non-disclosure agreements, man. I mean, I remember being like 6 years old and flying on a British Airways plane. We were flying to Tenerife or, I don't know, Portugal or somewhere, and looking out the window and my parents saying, "Oh, look, you can see the curve of the earth." Right? And I can't really remember if I could. I remember agreeing with them, you know, but I also know now that it's a perception thing. You can look at a straight line, and if you think it's curved, it will look curved to you. Like that can literally happen. If it's a long enough straight line, you look at a really long straight line, so it's going out into your peripheral vision. If you think that what you're looking at is slightly curved, you can convince yourself that it's slightly curved. And if you've been told your whole life that we live on a ball, it makes sense that there'll be a curve. And so you tell yourself, yeah, I can see a curve. But that's not what's happening, because when you put a straight line up against it, it's absolutely parallel all the way down. And it's just that's all it is a straight line. But I didn't want this to turn into a flat Earth conversation.
What if it's not the Earth that's curved, but reality itself?
Yeah, and I think that's closer to the mark, man. I think that's much closer to the mark, because I think that this realm and this reality, that the reality that we share is dependent on the collective perception of what's happening. So if collectively everybody perceives that World War III is actually happening right now, then everybody will behave as if World War III is happening right now. And essentially, World War III will be happening. Even if it's not happening, it will happen in those people's lives because they're perceiving it to be happening. So with the law of perception, with our perception being the key to reality, that's it. It's like our perception is the key to reality, and it's a key to your subjective reality. Like, but your subjective reality, if everybody's subjective reality is all programmed, like the muggles, the sheeple, and they're all programmed by MSM, so each one of them is living a subjective reality that's been programmed by the hive mind. So they're all living the same reality. Their collective reality is whatever MSM is telling them. Whereas all of us have taken control of our perception. So we are, and that's why we all fully accept that each of us has a slightly different perception of what's going on. Each one of us has got a slightly different perception of, you know, where it's going, and who the players are and everything, you know. But we all accept that. We've all reached a place where we can say, oh yeah, actually, well, that happens because I have my perception, and I think I'm entitled to have my perception because of my experience. But that person's had an experience as well, and they've ended up with that perception. And if I'm entitled to my perception, they're entitled to their perception. And I can't argue with their perception because I didn't experience life in the same way that they did. And even if you experience the same thing, it's still not the same. You could experience the same event. You could be involved in the same event, but it affects, you know, two people could be involved in the same event, but it affects them completely differently.
Yeah, and speaking of the Third World War, because that was where I wanted to reply to. Did you? I don't know how it's over in the other countries, but in the Netherlands, they are getting the people to that mindset because I think it was last week or the week before, our prime minister he said that the war with Ukraine and Russia, that this was our war too.
That's what they're saying in America, and that's what they're saying in the UK as well. They're saying, "Don't be a friend of Putin. Don't be a friend of Putin." Like,
It's insane.
I woke up this morning. I got out of bed, stubbed my toe, and stepped on a Lego. Man, Putin is getting out of control.
Oh, mate, do you know what? Listen, I'm going to run out of bloody cigarettes soon.
Me too.
And that fucking Putin.
Group in 5 minutes.
Mate, if that Putin hadn't have fucking invaded the Ukraine, though, I wouldn't be facing this issue. I'm sure. Right. I'm absolutely certain. And probably I'd have a fucking girlfriend and a nice car as well. You know?
Don't forget about larger enhancements.
I don't need them.
I say, guys.
That's what you said.
There was in recent times. There's been a lot of talk. I don't mean to backstep things.
No,
here.
Go for it, man. Go for it.
Like on the with flat Earth debates, like people aren't debating, right? They're just arguing, and I was blessed that I went to a private school through my father's hard work. I went to a private school and I was captain of the debating society. And just as devil's advocates, plain devil's advocate here, I wonder if, like Mr. Mikowski's review of Newsbenders, I wonder if that's what is going on, and rather than actually having to experience an unprecedented time, which we always do, all generations have an unprecedented time, maybe a reset event, perhaps there's not all this bad shit going up in the world. Perhaps it's just the telly showing us it. And
I think that perhaps there is this bad crap going on in the world, and the television is showing us as much of it as it can find, just to make you angry, so that you'll react against the people they dislike. They want you to interact in their way.
And so the bad shit is going on, and the bad intention is definitely there, but it's being projected by the people that are telling everybody, "Oh, look at this, look at this." They're the ones projecting themselves into mainstream media and into everybody's fucking TVs, into their living rooms. But the bad shit's going on, but what the mainstream media won't tell you about is the massive, huge amount of good shit that's going on.
Right. They don't want to talk about it.
No, they won't talk about how amazing it is that these communities have sprung up. Like what this whole thing has done is it's caused people to connect with each other and get real with each other and be honest with each other and accept each other. It's actually like, despite everything that they've done to try to keep us completely divided, we've got somebody from Sri Lanka, we've got somebody from America, we've got two people from the UK, although Manny and Adam are both in the UK. Oh no, are you? Yeah, no, you're not in the UK. No, you're in the Netherlands. Manny's in the Netherlands. You're in, where are you? Texas. Sasquatch.
I'm in Georgia.
Georgia.
Copyright claim.
And where are you, Adam? Which are you? Not? You're in the South. You sound like you're in the South, dude.
How very, very dare you? I'm a Midlander.
You're a Midlander.
I live in the land of Oz.
Can't you tell by that posh accent?
Oh my God.
Posh?
You're picking, brother.
They talk like that down south. They talk like that. Up in the north, they talk like that. And in the Midlands, we talk like this. Like nice and middling.
Yeah, when you say middling, yeah, that's when I think maybe it creeps in. But you're a very well spoken Midlander. You sound like maybe. So what part of the Midlands? Like, because you sound like maybe Middlesex or somewhere, like. Because you're not. Birmingham is the Midlands, man, isn't it? Birmingham is in the Midlands, isn't it? Right,
well,
sort of
Mr. Leedker did a. Birmingham is the West Midlands. I'm East Midlands in Lincoln, where Mr. Leedker did one of his tours from.
Right,
and I walked from my flat to the meeting point, and then from the meeting point, that was where the tour was. So I paid 40 quid for 2 tickets to walk the route that I'd have walked anyway. And my +1 welched out on me. First world problems.
Right, we've got to welcome Squirrel Sniper for the very first time.
Hello, mate.
Yeah, how you doing, man?
Really good.
Do you know what?
Really
You look American, you know that?
What the hell does that mean? I was expecting you.
You serious there? You look like
I love it.
What's his name?
And I don't know why.
I've got the typical lumberjack shirt on as well. I've been chainsaw carving today.
Oh, nice, man.
So, yeah.
I've always wanted to try that.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, you know, you can take a lot of time doing some bits. A chainsaw takes quite a bit of wood quite quickly, so you know you can start off on a piece, and you know after the 10th one you've done, you know you're doing it in about an hour and not 4 or 5 hours. You know, it's like muscle memory, just like shooting. You know, it's like everything else. You take more and more each time, and it's just you know, it's great. It's good for the soul. You're creating something instantly. You know.
What parts of England are you from, Squirrel Sniper, my brother?
Originally from Southend, but I'm in Sussex now.
By the way, it's great to meet you, brother. I've been seeing
you. Nice
you
to meet you too, man. Yeah. Nice shake across the pond there. It's good to see all of
It's
it.
cool, man. I love it. I love it that Sasquatch is playing games in the background, man, because it's giving me something to watch.
Yeah, no, it's awesome.
I saw Red Dead. I thought you were going to play Red Dead then, man.
I have my PlayStation hooked up to Wi-Fi, and Red Dead's not really jobbing at the moment.
Right.
It has to be something simple that the signal can maintain.
Yeah, my son's just been getting into streaming now. He's got 400 subs in 2 weeks.
Oh, fair play.
Only just started. Yeah, he's kind of observed how all the others. No, he's only on YouTube. He's literally just doing streams and bits with I think it's Roblox and Minecraft and a few of the other. He's only 12, so you know he's starting off slowly, but yeah, he's enjoying it.
400
That's
subs
cool, man.
Is not slowly, my brother.
That's
skill and talent.
Yeah, I mean, he's typing and looking at me and typing and continue typing and chatting whilst looking at me, you know, and he doesn't realize he's doing it, but you know, it's technology these days with the kids now. You know, before it was us trying to load the Spectrum 64 on a tape, you know, I had to make sure you rewound it properly. You know,
30 minutes.
That's how you worked it.
Betamax.
Exactly. You could actually make the noises to load your own game.
CPC 464, mate. That's what it's all about. Amstrad.
And the B model as well. That always got me started. Yeah.
But the thing is, though, if we'd been introduced to that technology at the same age, we would have mastered it.
Yeah.
We're not less than it's not. It's like it's just because
we see it from a different angle now.
Yeah, we're seeing it from a completely different angle because we picked up the computers. Our parents were having difficulty working computers, and we got on.
But we've also gone through the whole cycle of we don't want some of the technology. We know that some of the technology is too much for us. We can pick and choose, where the youngsters, they're just going to be drawn into every single thing that comes their way because they know no different.
Hooked into it. Yeah, hooked into it, man. Yeah.
Well, they're coerced. Like all the apps that you get now, you don't even read the permissions that you allow. You got to make sure you go through your phone and you see they're looking at your addresses and your phone. It's like, well, why? There's no need for contacts.
I got that. Check this out.
I had a computer back in
I
75. That's going back way back.
75. Yeah, those are old, man. That was back when they still had mice running to to keep the battery power, the backup power on. So what were you going to say, Sasquatch?
Yeah,
I started up my Google account to start my YouTube account. So my Google account with my my email address and all of that stuff is all based around the idea of a Caucasian Sasquatch. The other day, I hired a roofing company to come do my roof, and they called asking to talk to a Mr. Sasquatch. Oh, that's going to be the name of my next channel. It's totally going to be Mr. Sasquatch you watch.
Yes, wait.
And so I have been doing business for the past 3 weeks as Sasquatch rather than my actual given name. Not because I chose to, but because apparently Google contracts are legally binding.
Well, in that case, I am the Magic Treehouse as well. We've lost both Adam and there he is. Squirrel's come back again.
I was frozen out there.
I had a strange conversation.
Go on.
I spoke to my brother today, and he does not remember an entire conversation that we had, sort of like a couple of months ago. And I said, "Don't you remember this?" And he said, "No." And I thought, well, the timelines are split.
Yeah.
And I thought, how can this be? This whole conversation, and he phoned me up, and he sort of rarely phones me up, and he said, I've been to this Hindu meditation, and I was saying all these things in my head. He said, and I said, well, you see what I see. And I thought, yeah. I've been telling you
that's
the last
that's
6
the
months.
conversation. That's the conversation that he didn't remember having with you.
No, he had no recollection of the conversation. And
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That conversation.
He was extremely happy to phone me about what he was experiencing, and I thought, kind of like, well, you see what I see now. And I thought,
yeah, but
now you know what I've been telling you for the last 6 months is true. And he thought, no, he just lost it. he just lost the recollection of what he was saying. Maybe I imagined it. I don't know. But
Well,
it
it's
was,
not uncommon.
as far
I've
as I
heard of a
concerned,
lot
a true
of.
conversation.
Well, I've heard of lots of people. Well, not lots, but it's like it's something it's happened to me, you know, and it's like when you said to me, "Oh, have you forgotten?" And I suddenly went, "Oh fuck, shit, yes, I've forgotten something. What is it? What is it? I've forgotten. Fuck." But when you reminded me, I did remember it then. But the funny thing is, I thought that was 2 days ago, not yesterday.
Oh wow.
Yeah, my sense of time's gone, like completely gone. Like earlier today, I had to go to sleep because of the headache, and so slept for like 3-4 hours. Woke up, and then it's like I've got no sense of
How come
time
we can
really. I
have a
don't know
whole
what time of day it
conversation?
is.
How come we can have a whole conversation that lasts 30 minutes and
Yeah, it's a bit short, yeah.
it's completely forgotten?
Well, it happens, dude. That's the thing. It happens, doesn't it? I think it happened before
How come
anything weird started happening as well.
With my brother,
Oh, mate.
I had a whole conversation and it must have lasted 30 minutes or more.
Dude,
And
Keith, stop asking the same question, mate. Stop asking the same question. There's no point in sitting there and asking the same question over and over again. It happens. We don't know how is it that Boris Johnson is able to be a fucking the prime minister?
This Hindu meditation.
His name isn't even Boris Johnson.
No, man.
Yeah. What?
Keith, you know you're repeating yourself, mate. Like, this shit happens, dude. This shit happens.
I'm sorry, mate.
This is the sort of shit that is happening. You can have a conversation with somebody, and 3 days later they can't remember what the fuck it was that you were talking about. You know, it's there's no point in getting. There's no point in even focusing on it because it happens. Like, there's weirder shit than that going on right now. Really,
it's quite simple. We drink the Boris soup.
Boris soup. Was that a golden retriever? Squirrel sniper? Was that a golden retriever?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Cosmo.
Cosmo, gorgeous, man. I had 2 golden retrievers. When I lived with my parents, we had 2 golden retrievers.
There he is.
Yeah.
Ah, there's a tail. Yeah, we're talking about you, buddy.
Oh.
We're talking about you. Is that a kitten? Is that a kitten or a cat?
He keeps the kitten happy with his tail.
That's so cute.
But then rescue cat called Wizard.
Oh, wicked.
We got him on a full moon, so it's quite that name.
That's brilliant, man. And it's black as well.
Yeah, black cat, yeah.
Black cat.
We got
Black cat's a good luck.
We got
Black cat's a good luck, not bad luck, man.
There's about one, the other black cat. His name's Twiglet.
I had a black cat called Mischief.
Yeah.
And a tabby that we called Mayhem.
Yeah.
So
good name.
Mischief and Mayhem.
Mayhem. Yeah. Cool.
So listen, guys, right, we've been going for 3 hours and 5 minutes, and it is now 35 minutes past midnight. It's 35 minutes past 1 for Manny, and yeah, I'm ready to call it a night, man.
Yeah.
I don't know about the rest of you. Callum, dude, I've just noticed you, mate. Adam, I don't know what happened to you. I don't know why you dropped off, but thank you for coming on, dude. We'll do it again sometime. Callum, mate, good to see you. Sorry I didn't notice you before. Andrea, good to see you. and Lizzo as well. Lizzo, man, totally missed that you'd come in. Mr. Mensa and everybody else. Thank you for being here. Hope you enjoyed yourselves, and don't forget to like and subscribe and share. And if you're a millionaire watching this on a replay, and you want to support the channel, my PayPal links at my channel. Thank you very much, guys. Yeah, we'll play out with a thank you video. It says thank you very much.
And much love to all.
Much love to all.